I always like to tell people, you can't just wake up in the morning and start running. You must know what you are running from. You must know why you are running. You must know what you're in the race for. You must know where you are running to. There must be a purpose to our being. And I think, unfortunately, for many colonized peoples and many people who have been, in some ways, impacted by by Western culture and this modern economic setting that we have right now. Many, and we are not just Africans. Many people we are facing the same issues of how do you find the right formula for your own economic development, for your own social development, a political system that works for your people. And I've always said that until we go back to understanding who we were and take the best of our traditional culture, the best of our traditional wisdom, and match that with the best of the modern knowledge we've just received, then we create, this powerful amalgam that the world will be like, wow, this is new. And I've been telling young people everywhere I've gone, because I do this school store where I'm going from one school to another. And I'm always telling the young people, we must take the best of our traditional wisdom and then pick the best from our new modern knowledge and, create this powerful force. And that's the future. Just taking everything wholesale from the West, borrowing everything. You borrow the economic systems. You borrow their own so-called democracy. We borrow everything wholesale and throw away everything that is ours. That's not going to work for us.
Now, who are we? Because you said we should have our own identity. Who are we in your perspective?
Well, if you think Nigeria, for example, was put together by the British of 250 different ethnic groups or more, and each of these groups they were in different states of cultural evolution, so to say. Well, I can come down to, say, the major groups. Let's take the Yorubas, for example. The Yorubas I know very well because that's where I'm from. You think about the high cultural evolution of the Yorubas. You think about their history, thousands and thousands of years. You think about their refinement in heart, in governance, in their economic arrangements, so to say, the way they organize their societies. And then you just throw all that away.
You also made a statement sometime that until a people come to terms with their own identity, their history and group goals, they cannot truly sit with others in a global assembly. Now, I'm concerned about, you've a little bit told me about the identity that we have, that we had so many things that we forgot about them. We just borrowed wholesale from the Western world. Now, I'm concerned about group goals. Do we have a dream as a nation or as Africa?
Well, I'm sure you know very well. I'm sure many of those who are listening to us know that really, what is Nigeria? Is it really a nation? Is it working for anyone as a country as it is right now? This country was cobbled together from 200 plus disparate people with different group goals. So that's the thing. It's going to be difficult to fashion these large numbers of people into a workable unit. But it's possible. It's doable. History tells us that it's doable. Other countries have done it. If we have the will, we can make it happen. But first, each of those groups must accept itself for what it is and develop on its. Must be allowed to develop in its own way.
So there must be individuality in these groups.
In these groups, for them to self-determine, and then we can all start to work together and get. But to think you're going to just push all of them together and create Nigeria, it's not going to happen. You haven't created it. There's no Nigerian, really.
So there's no personality that we can call a Nigerian.
What is a Nigerian? A Nigerian is a very corrupt, greedy and selfish buffoon who wears green, white, green on October 1. So show me one of them. Because this is the image that the West has, or that the world outside has of us. This is who we are. We do for one night. We write all these fake emails. This is what. But inside Nigeria itself, there are lots of wonderful human beings, good people who are attuned to their own culture, who are attuned to our cultural values. Whether you are Yoruba, Igbo, Efik, or whatever, BBO, or whatever group you belong to, TIV, whatever. There are people you meet, you'll be like, wow, look at that. He's such a sweet gentleman. There's the genetic makeup that they've received from their ancestors. It stays within them. The environment is harsh, and the environment is trying to push you towards negativities. But there are people who just refuse to bend. And so when you meet them, you feel, okay, there's hope for this country. But our hope has to be in teaching the children and giving the children a chance to be in touch with our cultural values. For the Yorubas, for example, the Yorubas, and this applies to a lot of other groups, the Yorubas highly value hard work. Hard work is so essential. You must work. The idea that you work a little and make a lot of money. This is the new prayer that you hear in churches. This is the new prayer you hear on the streets. And that is corruption. That is
alien.
That is what. That's how I say it in Yoruba. It means you are lazy and you are a bloody thief. You want to work for little and make a lot of money. No, you must get what is commensurate to your effort. So you work hard. And then we have to learn perseverance, which is, you are doing something, there are challenges. You learn to stay there and,
But these are values that the younger people right now they don't see.
So we
don't even see it in the people.
We have to get it to them. We have to get it to them through our schools, in the home, in our places of congregations like worship, in houses of worship and things like that. We must start to get these messages out. Not just talk about money, money, money. Our society has just become so focused on making money, on material wealth. And no place grows based on that. What happens when you focus so much on material wealth is that people become very, very selfish, and then they cannot work together. To build society, you must work together.